Oh, there's a fly. There's a fly. Cut. Cut. Can't have flies buzzing around us, Susie. It's not a good look. Your last post. That was interesting. Let's talk about your last post.
A reaction video or
Yeah, let's watch it. I have nothing against your content. Just I feel like could have gone into more detail there.
I was just hating on my page right now.
No, I'm not hating. I'm just constructive criticism. And today's topic is dating hot takes. Do you do this? Stop doing these things. I was watching this TikTok and the girl was saying that she doesn't do coffee dates for a first date. Play a clip of this and we'll see what you think.
I'm not gonna lie, but I actually hate it when a guy asks me out on a coffee first date. Because here's what it sounds like to me. Hey, I'm at a phase in my life where I'm not super intentional about dating, but I want to have access to as many people as I want. And coffee dates are both a time and financially responsible method for maximizing my effort.
She doesn't do coffee first dates because she wants a guy to put in more effort for the first date. I feel like I disagree pretty heavily on this. I think in my mind, a first date, especially from a dating app where you don't know the person, is just to suss the vibe, to make sure that they're like saying there's some compatibility there. You can leave pretty quickly if you want to leave, right? All great things for everyone and it's mutually beneficial. But this girl was saying she needs a bit more effort to be put in on a first date. What are your thoughts?
I personally definitely only do either a coffee date or go for a walk.
But isn't that so low effort, Susie? Isn't that just like anyone can just go for a walk?
First of all, if you go there and then you don't feel like you have that connection, then you can leave quite quickly. And also I would not let the guy pay unless I was a little bit interested. Because I don't want to owe anyone anything. Because I feel like if they end up paying, then I'll feel like I need to see them again if they want to see me again. Because then I feel like I owe them something and I need to like return that favor. So yeah, coffees are cheap.
How many times have you had to force them to let you pay for your share?
Oh, I pay for the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing. Yeah. How often has that happened where, they wanted to pay, but then you were like, no, please, I don't like you. I will pay for this.
Probably like 90% of the time.
Of all your dates?
Yeah.
Ever?
Most of my first dates I pay for it.
Wow.
Probably only let maybe 2 people pay for the first date before.
I feel like it's so normal for guys to pay for the first date. It's expected, right? There must be some funny stories where you had to fight someone for the bill.
They're very surprised because I'm actually serious about paying, because I think sometimes they think that I'm just like pretending to want to pay because maybe they've met people that do that. I end up shoving them out of the way and actually pay. Not saying that I'm completely 100% not interested in them, but if I'm like not sure I'm super interested in them, then I'll pay, because I'd rather I pay for it and I might still see them again than they pay for it and then I feel like I have to see them again. So do you feel like you have the pressure where being a guy you have to pay on the first date? Do you feel like you get judged if you don't pay?
I feel like there's an expectation there.
Do you think that's fair?
Is it fair? Definitely not fair. But I mean, dating isn't fair.
Because you're really a gentleman. Like even as friends, I think you're a gentleman. So I feel like I can see in a date you will absolutely end up paying.
I mean, I think that's most guys that are asking girls out on dates on dating apps. It's like that's just the expectation. So if you don't do that, then I feel like you're putting yourself in a position that you're already kind of having to dig out of. Is it fair? No. Is it expected? Yes.
So what if have you ever been on a date where you're catfished and then do you end up paying as well?
Yes.
And then how did you feel?
I felt jaded. I felt slighted. No, not really. I think it's just dating overall is a numbers game. It's like you don't really know what you're getting yourself into as much as you think when you talk to someone online. It could always turn out differently. So paying for a date is just the cost of doing business. That's what I meant to say before. Yeah. It gets you on the court, but you still have to perform.
How long were you on the dating apps?
On and off for 10 years.
Wow. I didn't realize that long.
I remember, I think there was a massive break in between.
Okay.
But I remember like back when Tinder first came out, I got on it just to see. And that was back when it was like fully taboo. It was like, ew. You're online dating, like that's for like rejects, losers, like for people who can't go out and meet people organically. And then it went from that to now it's weird if you don't meet someone online. It's like, oh, you met in person? That's so weird that you interrupted someone's life for your own dating benefit, you weirdo. Like imagine interrupting someone who's just living their life because you want to date them. Like they could be married. They could be anything. They could be, anyway, it's just weird. This is weird to think that shift and that didn't take very long.
There's actually been, once that I was with a friend and she was interested in this guy. And so we passed her number over to this guy. And then he texted her afterwards and said, thanks so much, but I'm married.
I don't like that. That guy, no. I feel like if you're married and you're happily married, you get the note and you throw it.
I agree.
You don't even text it. What's the point of texting? You know?
No, actually, you're right. I agree with it.
Unless you wanted a little just to see how it's gonna play out, you know, like maybe she's like, oh, I don't care if you're married or anything. Don't even go there, bro.
I like your mindset. That's very true.
Wait, what happened? Like, you passed the note to him and he took the note?
No, got the waiter we wrote it on a piece of like a serviette and gave it to the waiter. I'm like, can you pass it to this guy after we leave?
But then he doesn't even know what she looks like?
I think she wrote something on the note which made it obvious.
It was me sitting at the 4 o'clock position from when you were facing the door. I was the girl with...
I think she bumped into him in the bathroom or something.
Wait, they were both in the bathroom together? That's kind of weird.
Like walking to the bathroom.
That's weird.
And then like something like, I don't know, something like where she knew that he would know it's her. Everyone thinks that online dating is so normal.
Yeah.
But like really, think about like 10 years ago. Like before you started using the apps, the most normal thing was like go to a club or go to a bar and like you actually try and meet someone or go to uni or go to
work.
Yeah, I guess at work.
Someone at uni.
Or like just meet
mutual friends,
someone,
your cousins, mates.
Yeah.
Your parents setting you up. Yeah.
Naturally, yeah. I guess it's just the way it is now, but I actually don't like it having to.
No, it's a problem. You know, it went from, you know, that like your social circle, your work circle, to every single person in the state is right here. You know, thousands of people. That's like it's not normal. It's not good. Going back to your previous video that I watched and it's so funny. That was a great short that you posted. I loved it. But I feel like those answers, it needed more context because we're in this dating culture where just doing one thing doesn't mean that A equals A. It's just like the rules have flipped. It used to be if you're interested, you do X. But now it's just like this guy's talking to 20 different girls at the same time. Anyway, next question.
Yeah, I think we should go back to dating icks.
Yeah. I was going to read you a thing and then you give me your thoughts on it. Okay. Texting every day is not necessary in a healthy relationship.
So, that texting every day is not necessarily a healthy relationship.
Not necessary in a healthy relationship. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree.
Also, you just ghost your partner then? You're gonna let him just wait around for like 24 hours before you reply?
No, because I feel like some people just are not big texters. And if they meet face to face more, then that's fine. They might be seeing each other soon. They don't need to text all the time. Also,
but do you think that your opinion is like the general consensus with like everyone out there? I feel like you're quite unique in that you're very laid back. You're too independent almost. You know, you're like, you push people away because they're acting normal. So, yeah. Leave that in. We want that. You don't owe your partner your phone password. I feel like I already know your answer to these because you're just like so anti-relationship.
No, actually, let me ask you that. So, do you give your partner your phone password and password to everything? Then why are you saying I'm anti-relationship?
Because I know you. Because I'm also pretty similar. There's like a general sense of like privacy, like your own personal like privacy. So my own conversations with my friends, I know weird things I look up on my phone. It should just be like for me, you know? Like I got nothing to hide, but like also I don't go asking for her password either. I think I want to give her her own privacy and her own like kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Space.
Yeah, space. Yeah. Agency, you know? You have your own life and I'm a part of it. I don't need to know all the details of your makeup routine that you're looking up, your makeup wish list. No thanks.
The one is a choice. It's not fate.
You know, I think when I was younger and also kind of now, I always kind of feel like the one is like, you can't choose it. Yes, relationships take work, but I also feel like if you're with someone that's really like compatible and like, it should kind of come effortlessly. But now I'm kind of starting to question that as I'm getting into my mid-30s.
Oh, interesting.
Like, do you think there is one person that, well, not one person, but like the idea of someone that you're like eventually end up with, is a relationship with them noticeably more effortless? That was a really bad sentence structure, but do you know what I mean? It's just like, yes, relationships take work, but the partner you're meant to be with, do they take very much less work?
I think they should. Yeah, they should take less work.
Have you noticed that in your previous relationships, where like the best ones felt? Like,
it was easier, yeah. Oh, there's that other debate about whether love itself is enough. I don't think love itself is enough. I think by far it's not enough because there's so many other things you need to worry about. You know, your values, your principles, your like having like similar lifestyles, what you want in the future, families and mindset towards families, all of that, because the biggest reason for divorce is finances. And yeah, a lot of times like when you're younger, it's like, oh, you feel like love is enough. But I feel like that's kind of naive.
I was listening to a podcast, just to add on to what you were saying. and they were talking about how marrying for love is a very modern concept, because all throughout history, either you married because your dad wanted a goat and a cow, or or it was your family that like arranged it. It was already pre-approved. Families talk to each other. It was like, this is the person you'll be marrying, and you would build a connection based on all those other factors that you were just talking about, right? It's like societal, cultural, economic. But I think in the modern era, I'd say probably like from the 80s onwards, it's all been very like, oh, I laugh with this person, and they complete me, so like I'm gonna like spend my life with them. It's really like over the course of human evolution, very new concept. So no wonder it's not working. Now half the people watching this are going to get divorced.
So I've actually heard this from other people too. So do you feel like men love the chase more than actually being in the actual relationship for a lot of the times?
I think for me, because I can only speak from my experience. I think growing up, I think something that I was like really missing, or I really wanted, was that validation. And I think that's like the core of the chase, right? Is that you just want to feel validated. And I think growing up as like a chubby, I still am, but like kind of awkward teen, I think that's like, I never dated throughout high school. Never dated until like my mid-20s when I first started dating. So I felt like, I missed out on this like big part of like adolescence. And I think then when I started getting some attention, it does feel good, but it's like, it's very fleeting, it's very shallow. So I don't recommend it. But I think in culture today, just like, have you heard that saying how a lot of guys never get compliments? And then like, you say one compliment to them, they like, they hold on to it, and it's like the most special thing. I kind of feel like that's the same with relationships. I don't think many men these days, maybe like younger men especially, it's 2025 when we're recording this, from what I've noticed is that, you're seeking something that's incomplete in yourself. So the chase kind of fulfills that temporarily.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
I can't take you seriously with the fork.
It's great. Only recently I've started reading into the different attachment styles. And that, I found that actually to be very interesting. I think I'm
and?
Yeah, I think I'm
just
secure avoidant. Like probably in between the both.
How about you? I'm pretty similar. Definitely avoidant.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's anxious, if it's secure, if it's just
a mixture of everything.
A mixture of everything, really. I think it depends. Different people bring out different kind of facets of it.
Yeah, no, I think it is true. Like, depending who you're with, it can help you be more secure or become more anxious or more avoidant. But it's really interesting because I was like,
why are we avoidant though? Like, what happened in our past?
It's like a psych session. But yeah, it is actually apparently to do with, your upbringing, and then how maybe a lot to do with like your family, or like how you interacted with your family when you were younger.
So like what? My parents yelled at me and then I ran away and ignored it and it helped?
Well, I'm not sure. Is that what happened with you? But like,
I guess so.
I think with me, apparently, I've been told that maybe it's because like when I was younger, I've been like always been very responsible, and I always felt like I needed to help my family out more, or like be the one that kind of like they relied on a little bit emotionally. So then because of that, I'm used to that. So then growing up, I have always been like, I need to be able to process my emotions myself. I need to be able to solve problems myself because I don't want to make them worried even more. So then, you become more and more independent. You kind of feel like, if there's a problem, then you have to solve it yourself. And then over time, you become avoidant because you don't really know how to express your emotions, apparently, to people. You don't really know how to ask for help.
How do you link those two, though? Because I get the first part, because I think naturally you are very you're very nurturing, you're very caring, you want to like kind of take care of everyone. How do you jump from there to now I'm avoiding connection? Because
growing up, I need to solve problems on my own because they're already so emotionally dependent on me. I can't be upset, I can't be sad because I don't want to burden them even more. And so then when in a relationship, I feel like as if when I do that, it's as if I'm burdening people. So then I'll end up wanting to push people away when I feel I'm like kind of becoming a bit too vulnerable.
I mean, it's very insightful.
So I wonder why you're avoidant then.
I think mine is just straight up not wanting to get hurt. I think mine's not anything altruistic like yours. Yours is like, I don't want to burden anyone, so I'm like removing myself from the situation. No, I'm just like, if I, make myself vulnerable, then I'm gonna get hurt, and I'd rather not.
Do you feel like that's from like your family and you're growing up, or is that to do with your previous relationships?
No, it has to be. It's always been like my personality. Yeah. So it must have been something from my childhood, but it's like suppressed. It's like so far down here. I can't tell you an example of anything that's caused it. But
Do you feel like now you're still avoidant? Like even now?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's gone better though since you were younger? Really?
No.
Has it gotten worse?
Let's just stay the same. I think, okay, lately it's been better. Hey, I've recognized that I am. When things come up, arguments with my partner, instead of withdrawing into myself, holding it in, I'll like express something, or, you know, we bring it up, we'll talk about it. So it's like, it's improving in like the response to it, but the feeling is still as strong as ever. I don't know if he'll ever, you know, change.
Do you think you can be friends with your ex?
You can be, if you were friends before.
Do you think you should be friends with your ex?
Should. That's an interesting question. I'm not friends with any of my exes. I don't talk to any of my exes. But do I wish them well? Yes. And I hope they do to me as well. Also, I don't even have enough time for my own friends. So like, to be friends with an ex is just...
How often do we see each other? Yeah, so clearly you're really too busy.
I'm just here for the content, apparently. If this wasn't here, we wouldn't be talking.
Seem like once every 6 months.
Yeah.
Every time we meet, we're like, yeah, we'll meet up, you know, more often.
Yeah, well, my schedule is wide open though. So I don't see what the problem is, Susie.
We've been friends for like, what, 20 years, and I've seen him 20 times in total. I'm kidding. But we went to high school together, so we've known each other for ages.
I still remember doing sleepovers at your creepy one-turner house that had ghosts. I remember there was one night where there was like 7 people in your room sleeping, and I think someone had to go to the toilet or something, and they came back and they were like, there's something outside.
Wait, actually?
I think it was you.
What the heck?